This is Jeff Brown filming on location, and today we're going to talk about money.
I work all night, I work all day to pay the bills I have to pay.
Money is more than just those little piece of paper things that we know and love, so we need to take a look at it closer.
A case with a hole in the middle. A donut.
Now, it's easy to see money as just little things that we exchange for whatever else we want, kind of like this.
Hey, you look nice. So do you. Drink overpriced coffee.
Here you go. That's $37.
Awesome.
Everything is awesome.
We spend like a third of our lives getting and spending money.
Awesome, man. I feel so good right now. I can sing this song for hours.
So we need to make sure we get even deeper inside of it.
But we must look a little closer. And when we do, we see the donut hole has a hole in its center. It is not a donut hole, but a smaller donut with its own hole. And
One of my favorite books, Your Money or Your Life, talks about how the core of money is that represents a part of our life. That every time we spend money, we're spending a part of our life.
What?
Because we have to trade part of our life to get the money.
Well, really, that's all this is, except that instead of sucking water, I'm sucking life. I've just sucked 1 year of your life away.
That was an example that I use with my students. There's a case study where Greg is trying to decide whether or not to buy a car. Now, owning a car can give you a measure of freedom.
However, it would, let me do what I want, when I want, whenever I want.
But you also have to remember that it will take away freedom also.
If I split the cost of the used car with my sister, I'm still going to have to put in more hours at the cultural center. And, it'd still give me time to be involved in some activities, but I'm probably going to have to, drop out of a couple, and I don't know which one I'd drop out of.
So we often think of purchasing as trading money for the item, but we got to go deeper into the donut hole to find that time is what we trade to get into the money, which we then trade for the item. And we need to know exactly how much time we spend in order to get that money to know if it's really even a good deal. Now, I have my students actually fill out this form where we figure out exactly how much time goes into their money. Then they figure out exactly how many minutes it takes to earn $1. So, for example, yesterday in my class, we figured out that at $13.65, the Colorado minimum wage currently, that each dollar would represent about 6 minutes if you do all the math that's on that worksheet right there. So that means that if they're going to lunch spending $10, then they're actually spending an hour of time at their job. So they need to ask themselves, is what I'm buying here worth working an hour? Now, it's easy to say you only live once, so just go crazy, spend your money on anything. But that's exactly the reason why you shouldn't, because life is precious because you only live once. So make sure that what you're trading it for is really worth trading it for. Some things might not be quite worth it.
And not everybody can fit on my one couch. And I thought to myself, well, what if there was such a thing as a bunk bed, but as a couch? Introducing the double-decker couch. So everyone could watch TV together and be buddies.
That is literally the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Please, Wildstyle, let me handle this. That idea is just the worst.
Now, don't get me wrong. I think some things are totally worth spending your life on that you trade for money, and then the item, like Master Oogway. He's so awesome. But there are some things which really aren't. And some things actually you may trade your life for, but never really get a chance to use because you're so busy trading your life for the money to be able to buy that. Like buying a super expensive house that you never get to see because you're always working to be able to pay for it.
I said land that wants a HEDA account, you'll get promoted. I didn't mean right this second.
But I already told my wife, sir. I spent money I don't have. To do these documents, it's gonna take me months.
And you better get started.
Also, not everything is worth jumping over the moon about, even if it seems super exciting at the time, like the Thneed from the Lorax. So the human brain is actually very biased when it comes to be able to determine what's of value and what is not. And so my next video is going to be talking a little bit about that bias and how do we get better at being able to determine what is worth trading our life for and what is not. In my next video, we're going to be using Moneyball as an example of being able to determine true value to be able to determine what is worth spending money on.
Okay, people who run ball clubs, they think in terms of buying players. Your goal shouldn't be to buy players. Your goal should be to buy wins. And in order to buy wins, you need to buy runs.
Also, Master and Uguay and I are just reminding you to subscribe and like, and we'll be going to be doing some more videos about money here in the near future as well. Fix my hair, put the makeup on.
It's not getting any better, dude.
No.